Hi there, I'm Justin Pritchard. This is the BMW 530e. It has a plug, and in this video I'm going to show you why and how the technology on the other end of that plug might be coming soon to a driveway near you. It's got the Ontario green plate on the back, BMW's eDrive badging on the sides, a fuel door back here, and this strange little door on the fender where you plug in the power, which you do because this particular 5 Series is electrified. It's a plug-in hybrid, or PHEV, and here's how it works. Under the hood, a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder gas engine and an 8-speed automatic transmission. Attached to that are an electric motor and an electric generator. Those are both connected to the wheels on one end and to a great big battery on the other, and that lives under the trunk, which is why this trunk is much smaller than the one you get in a regular 5 Series. The engine drives the car, but it also drives the generator, making electricity to recharge the battery. In certain conditions that you'll encounter regularly while driving, the energy stored in that battery can power the electric motor, and that can drive the car entirely or help boost or supplement the output from the gas engine. This means that frequently the gas engine can turn itself off while you drive along using only electricity, or that the gas engine workload can be reduced with electricity, not gasoline, taking up the extra slack. Which of course means that you'll burn less gas. Now, so far, what I've described is a gas-electric hybrid or a hybrid electric vehicle, which you might call an HEV, but there is another side to this, and it's the plug. Now, this makes this car a plug-in hybrid or a PHEV, which you might call a PHEV. So, what's the difference, and why do some hybrids have a plug while others don't? Well, in a plug-in hybrid, the battery can store a lot more energy than in a regular hybrid. In fact, so much that the engine-driven generator can't charge it to 100% by itself in a timely fashion. So the plug lets you do that, and plugging in the battery like this lets you fill it completely and quickly to the brim with stored electricity. So a regular hybrid uses a smaller battery, so they can only drive in full electric mode for brief periods. But by using a battery that's so large you need to charge it by plugging it in, a plug-in hybrid like this can drive in electric mode for much longer distances. In the case of this specific car, you can go about 20 to 30 kilometers or so, and that's at up to 140 kilometers an hour. So you plug in every night before bed, and the first few dozen clicks of the next day's drive are purely electric, and so are the first 25 or 30 kilometers of every other drive you make on a fully charged battery. So maybe your drive to work is 20 kilometers each way, and if you charge at home and you can charge at work, then that means you can handle your daily commute every day without using any gas. So you're totally off of gasoline for your shorter around-town drives, which are, by the way, the ones that use the most fuel, and once that battery range is used up, you can keep on driving on gas hybrid power as long as you like. So you get a taste of all-electric motoring, but you don't need to be tethered to the nearest charging stations like you do in an all-electric car, and that might work better for your lifestyle. And while this 530e can't drive almost 400 clicks on electric power like, say, this Jaguar I-Pace I showed you this winter, when the BMW's battery electric range is used up, the gas engine uneventfully comes to life automatically and seamlessly, and you just keep on going. The more you plug in, the less gas you'll use, but you never have to plug it in unless it's convenient for you to do so. Also, without any second thought, you can head out for as long a trip as you like. Which is good news if your first PHEV will be one of these. It's the sort of car that makes you want to drive and drive and drive. It's a 5 Series, so it's comfortable, solid, sporty, and fully permeated with a premium and confident feel on the road. For shoppers who want equal parts luxury, comfort, and pleasing driving dynamics, the 5 Series has long been a go-to, and now this latest version brings electrification into the mix, and that helps make it a better 5 Series in at least 2 meaningful ways. First, driving on electric power is virtually noiseless. You get a quieter drive more of the time, which is of course important to the luxury shopper. Second, the same electric motor and battery designed to help you reduce your burning of gasoline here have a second purpose as a performance enhancement. Well, go to my kitchen for a moment to show you why. I'm making my breakfast protein smoothie in this blender, which is powered by an electric motor. Now watch when I turn it on. The motor gives me full power immediately. There's no waiting, no build-up, no ramping up. Fully everything this electric motor can output comes online instantly. Same concept in a PHEV, which uses a much bigger motor than the one in my blender, but if you use sport mode, that same immediate 100% power output helps the 530e accelerate faster and more urgently. Electric torque blend with gas propulsion and off you go, right now, and with so much torque, you'll be amazed at how quiet it is. Total output is rated at 248 horsepower and 310 pounds of torque. That's good for 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds, so this is far from the fastest 5 Series BMW will sell you. But compared to no electrification, you get better throttle response, no loss of performance, and your fuel usage drops considerably. That's win-win, and that is exactly what the folks with the checkbooks really want. Or maybe think about it this way, it only takes about 3 seconds longer to get from 0 to 60 than a 600 horsepower BMW M5, but it uses a fraction of the fuel. In this case, the 530e lets you take all of that in from a lovely cabin that's detailed, trimmed to the nines, layered with playful materials and textures, and provides a high-end feel throughout that really supports the price tag. The all-digital instruments are customizable and gorgeous to look at. All said, here's a cabin that will readily impress a luxury enthusiast, a tech fiend, or anyone in between. My tester got the M Performance Edition package, and that's about $12.5 grand worth of added features and goodies, including no shortage of visual content to dial up the sporting appeal, including the side sill extensions, Boy Racer carbon fiber add-ons, and these big wheels with performance tires. If you ever longed for a hybrid that looks absolutely badass, then you're covered here. Just watch the bumps and potholes. Them 20s don't leave much room for sidewall, meaning rougher roads can really knock back the ride comfort. Whack a half-decent pothole with one of these wheels and you will be apologizing out loud to the car. In general, and provided you're not driving on Sudbury roads, the ride and drive are creamy and dense, noise levels are kept hush until well past the highway speed limit, handling is heavy and locked on, but tidy and eager enough to satisfy most of the sporty among us, and even the brake pedal feel, which is often an issue in hybrid cars, is pretty good, ditto the stopping power. Some will find this 530e more entertaining for its ability to sail past the gas station than for its ability to be chucked through fast corners, but all said, you're still getting a great taste of the legendary 5 Series driving experience and a big bite out of your fuel bill and carbon footprint. And despite all of the switching and blending of power sources beneath, which you can monitor on screen, from the driver's seat it's all handled almost invisibly. And other than plugging it in, there's virtually nothing different that you need to know or do. You can even pick different drive modes here, or tap the eDrive button for full control over when and how the 530e uses its stored electricity. This is all a sort of toolkit designed to give you access to a lovely sports sedan driving experience and a comfortable luxury sedan experience, all with better mileage and no hit to performance. Ultimately, you are very much the boss of how this 530e feels and how it uses its electrification. And whether you decide on a PHEV like this luxurious BMW with its as-tested price of about $80,000, or something less expensive like the currently available PHEV versions of the Chrysler Pacifica, Mitsubishi Outlander, or upcoming new Ford Escape, this whole plug-in hybrid thing all sort of works the same way, to let you use less fuel more of the time, but to keep on driving as far as you'd like once the battery runs low. If you're not quite ready to give a plug-in hybrid a try just yet, then don't worry, you'll have even more options very, very soon, as more and more automakers are using technology like this to give all of us more choices. By the end of next year, BMW alone will have launched over 10 new and upgraded electrified models, and just a year after that, they'll have 5 all-electric models on the market too. And they're far from the only automaker going down this path, meaning it's an exciting time to see where this will all take us.